Having measures to keep one safe is important in any situation in life. As dental professionals or individuals working in a dental setup, we are exposed to various hazards in our day to day lives and hence should have knowledge about preventing any harmful complication from occurring. In this video, we will explore essential prevention strategies for hazards commonly encountered in the field of dentistry. Public health dentistry focuses on improving oral health and promoting preventive measures to enhance overall well being. By implementing effective strategies, we can mitigate risks and create a healthier community. Let us now look at ways to ensure a safer environment for both patients and dental healthcare professionals. Before we can effectively prevent hazards, it is crucial to identify and understand the potential risks. Public health dentistry encounters various hazards, including physical, chemical, biological, and psychological factors. Let's explore each category and gain insights into the preventive measures for each. Talking about potential biological hazards, the most common one is the exposure to biological agents in bodily fluids, most commonly through contact with the blood, saliva, or through contact with the contaminated needle or sharp instruments, even orthodontic wire. To prevent any occurrence of a hazard in this way, we must first obtain the proper medical history of the patient. The use of equipment which would reduce the formation of aerosols like rubber dams and high-speed evacuation, etc., should be encouraged. One should be compliant with all the infection prevention and control practices, along with following the guidelines for proper disposal of wastes. Additionally, immunization programs along with worker education should be conducted in a dental setup to prevent any form of biological hazard from occurring. Another potential biological hazard is the exposure of the professional to respiratory infectious diseases through droplet transmission, including splatters from body fluids and projectiles, while using high-speed devices. To prevent this, again, we need to have a proper medical history of the patient and be compliant with all the infection prevention and control protocols, along with conducting worker education and immunization programs. Talking about chemical hazards, some of the general preventive measures include maintaining adequate ventilation in the working area, developing safe work practices, substituting a known harmful chemical with a less harmful substance, and lastly, promoting worker education. Some of the particular chemical hazards include exposure to methyl methacrylate used as a filler, as well as mercury exposure when handling mercury-containing amalgams. To prevent mercury exposure, we should try and eliminate the use of mercury-containing amalgams and substitute it with a less harmful product like composite. Exposure to latex from contact with latex gloves is also a known potential chemical hazard, which can be avoided by purchasing controls to limit latex-containing materials from entering the facility, apart from the general measure of chemical hazard prevention. Additionally, exposure to a variety of disinfecting and cleaning agents in routine dental cleaning activities can be prevented by maintaining adequate general ventilation as well as by using automatic diluting machines. Moving on to the potential physical hazards. The first one is the exposure to ionizing radiation when taking dental x-rays. This can be prevented by designing the workplace in such a way that adequate distance is maintained between the worker and the source. Appropriate shielding materials are necessary. It is also important to design the equipment such that the scatter is minimized. You must have noticed in the clinics, there are audible signals on the X-ray machines when exposure is initiated. Additionally, the replacement of the older dental X-ray equipment with newer equipment and additional safety features like the use of lead barriers and dosimetry badges is necessary and recommended. The physical hazard occurring upon the exposure to UVA radiation when curing resin-based materials occurs can be prevented by maintaining the equipment properly, designing the area of work appropriately, using blue light filters in the curing light machine, and most importantly, conducting worker education programs for the same. You must have noticed in the clinics that at times someone might get a cut from a sharp instrument. This can be avoided primarily by avoiding the use of sharp instruments when not needed. However, when the use of sharps is required, they should be handled and stored properly, and safe work procedures need to be conducted. Additionally, worker education regarding the use of sharps and needle stick injuries and how these sharps should be disposed of in a separate container is extremely important. Another very commonly faced physical hazard in a dental setup is bad operator posture for a long time, which can lead to pain and muscle stiffness, among others. Thus, dental professionals should be subjected to training in dental ergonomics early on in their career to prevent any musculoskeletal problems in future. Lastly, we have psychological hazards. One of the most common hazards in this sector is a mental illness in dental professionals that might occur as a response to excessive workplace stressors. This can be prevented by primarily educating the workers about the signs and symptoms of depression, anxiety, sleep disorders, and other mental illness, along with the elimination of any workspace risk factors. Additionally, a provision should be made to provide support services and programs for such individuals. Abuse by clients or members of the public is another psychological hazard. For its prevention, we can have isolated rooms or areas for agitated patients, along with the furniture arranged in the professional's office in such a way that worker entrapment is prevented. Additionally, lockable washrooms for workers should be made separately from that of the client or visitors. Alarm systems and panic buttons, along with video surveillance, should also be installed within the dental office. Moving on to our last type of psychological hazard, abuse by co-workers is very commonly seen in today's time. To prevent this from happening, every worker must be made aware of how to use the alarm systems and panic buttons. Video surveillance systems should be installed. The workers should also be made aware of the management policies and procedures related to no tolerance of violence or abuse. Additionally, it is also important to encourage and provide the workers with assertiveness training, and be encouraged to also report and investigate for incidents and near misses. Lastly, in such cases, well-trained security guards could also prove to be helpful. In conclusion, public health dentistry plays a crucial role in preventing hazards and creating a safe environment for both patients and dental healthcare professionals. By implementing preventive strategies such as identifying hazards, providing appropriate training, conducting regular maintenance, and fostering effective communication, we can minimize risks and ensure optimal oral health outcomes. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. This brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.